Hello and welcome to PMC English. My name is Idris, and today in our show we have a lovely and brilliant creative team who have done a recent movie. It's a brilliant movie doing amazing around the world. We have the producer of the movie and the lead actress.
Thank you, Idris. PMC English, you're coming up very well, and it's growing faster in India. I would also like to say that the viewership is changing because of various platforms. Now that I have actually made a movie in Telugu called Eersha, Devil's Rose, and I'm quite surprised. The movie is doing very well all over the world. Firstly, it was accepted in Amazon Prime Video USA and then Amazon Prime Video UK. So I would like to thank my audience abroad. And also the movie is doing very well in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Kazakhstan and Afghanistan. And most of the viewers in India are from Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam. So I'm actually quite surprised. Viewers are seeing one movie is different. So typically as a producer, I'm very, very successful in my first movie. That's what I would say, because only the numbers count as a producer. And also I'm a lead actress, which I just happen to be. And I would like to thank all the viewers and the audience for accepting me on screen. We are breaking the norms because I feel everyone should be given a chance to prove themselves. As an entrepreneur, I feel I'm trying to prove very much as a producer, and I would like to thank the audience for accepting us, because there should not be any nepotism. You know, the industry does not belong to one person. Anyone can make movies and anyone can be seen anywhere. Thanks to OTT, thanks to the internet. And my movie is a horror movie where it is a real life story incident which actually happened. And considering the recent events on black magic and superstitions, I would say that if you will watch this movie, you'll understand the various headlines that happened in the recent years. So please watch my movie Eersha, Devil's Rose on MX Player, Airtel, Extreme, also in Hangama TV, VI Stream, YouTube, and Amazon Prime Video. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much. And we have some more team members from the same movie. They have done a great job. So very lovely to see you here, ma'am. I have seen you in some serials also, but I would appreciate if you can, introduce yourself and speak about yourself. You can speak in Telugu, that's okay.
నమస్తే అండి, రియల్గా నా పేరు కనకదుర్గ. నాకు ఈ ఈర్ష్య మూవీలో మేడం గారు పిలిచి ఒక చాలా మంచి క్యారెక్టర్ ఇచ్చారు. అందుకు మేడం గారికి రుణపడి ఉన్నాను నేను. ఆడపిల్ల ఇలా ఒక ప్రొడ్యూసర్ అయ్యి హీరోయిన్ అయ్యి ఇండస్ట్రీలో అందరితోనూ మంచిగా ఉండే ప్రొడ్యూసర్లు దొరకడం మా ఆర్టిస్టుల అదృష్టం. మంచి మూవీ, తప్పకుండా చూడండి.
Thank you so much, and it was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for your kind words. And we have one more character. He has played the lead character as a male protagonist.
First of all, thank you PMC channel. Thank you so much. మా ప్రొడ్యూసర్ మేడంకి మరొకసారి థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ మేడం. నాకు మంచి ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇచ్చారు. డైరెక్టర్ పవన్ గారికి థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. సో నా పేరు పరమేష్ కృష్ణ తాందారి అండి. మా ఈర్షా మూవీకి ఆల్ టీమ్ అందరికీ కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. ఎందుకంటే ఆల్రెడీ హిందీలో చాలా ఛానల్స్లో రిలీజ్ అయ్యి చాలా హంగామా చేస్తున్నది సినిమా. మంచి సక్సెస్లో నడుస్తున్నది. మా ఆడియన్స్ అందరూ చాలా గొప్ప వ్యక్తులని నమ్ముచున్నాను, ఎందుకంటే మంచి సినిమాని ఎప్పుడు సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంటారు. సో అందరూ ఈ సినిమాని చూడండి, మాకు బాగా సపోర్ట్ చేయండి. అతి తొందరలో తెలుగులో కూడా రిలీజ్ అవ్వబోతున్నది. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
And we have a lovely lady here who has also played a critical role in the movie. I mean, not on the camera, but off camera. So she will introduce herself.
Myself, Pragnya. Actually, I know Saritha Akka as a personally. She's a very good soul. As a lady producer, she gave her more than 100%. I wish her all the best.
This program's focus will be our lead actress and the producer, who has done a great job. We'll have a longer discussion, get more details about the movie and about her personal life. We will also come to know what experiences they have on the sets and off the sets also, and as a person, what she is, what is her message. Thank you everybody. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you, Idris.
I have a lot of questions about this, your journey and your movie, of course. What is it that made you to make this horror movie? I mean, why did you choose this horror
The
script
horror
first?
script?
Yes.
Actually, it's because of the low budget. Because horror movies cost less.
Right.
Because there are not many actors, not many dialogues, so not much of dubbing. And also, when you see in the scene, there's hardly anybody. There's one or two characters on the screen.
Right, right.
So, because of the low budget aspect, I have chosen to produce a horror movie.
All right, all right. And how do you define the lead role? As in, I mean, you have played the lead character, lead role.
Yes.
How do you define it?
See, there are two different kinds of pain on this planet.
Right.
One is losing a husband or a wife.
Mm-hmm.
One is losing a child. So the greatest pain, as described by philosophers, are these.
Right.
So I just thought that a real mother cannot play this, because really losing a child and asking a mother to act like she lost a child, I thought was not giving justice to anyone.
Right.
So I just thought that let me just take the pain and do it, and I want to see how it feels. So because I can take it as a producer on a lighter note.
Right.
Because actually me myself imagining this for 2 months when I wrote the script, it was very painful even to think about killing a child in the movie.
Right.
So it's very painful. So I just thought that we have to define this mother character very nicely,
Right.
and that's how I worked on it, and we brought it onto the screen.
How was it like when that particular shot or the scene was picturized? When you played that particular character, when that mother loses a child, I mean, how were your feelings that time? How did you react?
The basic thing was the child was already crying because of his sixth sense or something. There are a lot of paranormal events that were happening while we were producing this movie. So the child was already taken to a dargah, and we just got some threads tied to him, and he regularly goes because his grandmother believes in dargah. So luckily we got that kind of a family, and every time there was some kind of negative energy and something negative was going to happen, the child was crying normally, because when you see in the movie, the child really cried. We didn't do anything to make him cry, because he was a happy child, he was playing all the time, but suddenly when it was a shot, he cried. We can't ask a child to act. It was his natural instinct. So, so many things were happening on the set that even I couldn't explain. How can I explain a child to, act surprised or act shocked? So he did it himself, and my part was even to imagine that the thing was happening. So the real parents, we just put them in the room. We just locked the real parents in the room, and then we were shooting this shot, and the parents didn't. They said no, it's fine. They took it very easily. But for me, it was very painful. Even 2 days before we started the shot, I was thinking how to tell the parents that we are going to shoot this because the grandmother will be very upset. But luckily, things are fine. Even before you write it, when you're scripting it, that's more difficult. When you're playing it, it's already in your mind, so it becomes easier. But when you write these scenes and when you imagine it's going to happen, that's where the pressure is. But on the sets, there are so many people, so it's fine.
So it was very comfortable.
It was comfortable, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And we can talk further about this, and the movies you have. We can talk about your future projects also.
Definitely.
I mean, we can have a seat somewhere.
Definitely, sure. Let's sit, yeah.
Well, ma'am, what did you learn from the movie?
A lot of things.
From making this movie, what all lessons have you learned? It could be technical or personal, or it can be anything from the characters,
Right.
or just overall your experience. How has it been? I mean, what lessons have you learned in case you want to make another movie? So what lessons you're gonna carry forward?
Okay. So you're asking about the making of the movie. Coordination, cooperation, and communication. These are the 3 things even in the School of Management they'll teach you. So once as a producer, you should know who is coordinating with what, and are you communicating the right thing to your technicians and also to the actors. So when these 2 things don't work together, then it's a big disaster. So I think coordination among all the people is very important. The latest technology we have, even then if you're not able to communicate the right thing at the right time, the entire shoot is gone for a toss. So, and these are the 3 things as a producer I want to keep in mind. And in my next movie, I think I'll be more disciplined, because this is the first time I didn't know how to handle things. So there's a lot of disaster I had to face. However, I was lucky. So in my next movie, definitely a lot of discipline.
What is the best that you liked about the movie?
Once the product is in your hands, it's like your baby. So I was safeguarding it from COVID. I was safeguarding it from the floods. So I almost lost my hard disk one day because of the floods. So luckily, I think God's grace, they were perfect, intact. But we had to redo the whole editing. So that's one of the reason there's a lot of delay.
Right.
Definitely, what I have learned from the movie is a lot of patience, lot of hard work, and lot of discipline, as I told you, is very important. Communicating with the entire team as to what is the next program and how we are going to give a finishing काम को अंजाम देना है, that is the entire experience, my first journey. If I don't finish the movie, it would have been something else. But finishing the movie, and I feel that even if you release it, not release it, people like it, don't like it, the whole thing is once you started something, finish it.
Finish it off.
That's very important, otherwise you'll be unsatisfied inside.
Exactly. If the
So-
project remains incomplete, you will not get that satisfaction.
Yeah, no one
Of
is
course,
happy,
it's
no?
like a pain. I
Correct.
understand.
At least now I feel that, what, good or bad, it's on screen and people are seeing it. So I think
It's wonderful. I've seen it. I watched it, but it's really wonderful. I mean, you have done a great job. Honestly.
Thank you.
And I believe that you are planning to release it in Telugu also. Why is
Yes.
it delayed?
It's delayed because of many reasons. The audience are different. The audience mindset is different. It's region to region. There's a lot of diversity in India. So why it is doing in some places very well, I mean, I can't even imagine in some places like West Bengal and Bangladesh, people just love the Assam. I think the idea of black magic is very much relevant in those areas because it's like our coffee day shop. So I don't know what is the reason, but definitely people are attracted to the theme. And also I've shown a village background where people can connect with themselves. So not every audience will connect to big houses or cars and shopping malls. There's so many Indians who are living in rural India. So the movies, they can see themselves in that place. And also a lot of black magic happening. It is their personal experiences because their own relatives do it. That's what I've shown in the movie, The enemy is not outside, the enemy is inside. So people are connected to the theme.
Of course, it's your baby, it's your movie. I understand, you really love it. And of course, audience are also loving it from different states since you have got it dubbed in other languages, right? But my point is there anything, did you dislike something in this movie?
Technically, it's very bad. A lot of mistakes. Too many mistakes, unbearable mistakes. The budget was very limited. And of course, at the end, I didn't have much budget for marketing also. But however, I thought that, redubbing and RR, I was not happy with any of the technical work. But considering the fact that I had such a low budget and the technicians who worked with me were there with me sincerely, they have given the same thing, kaam ko anjam dena hai. They finished it in their own way. I can't complain because I'm new. And they are also new. Practically, I think most of the people are new in the set, so I can't blame anyone. But technical defects, very bad. Technically, too many mistakes.
Right. Maybe you can fix that later in next project.
Definitely,
Isn't
we
it?
would go for
Yeah,
a
of course.
studio that time.
Everything we do, it's a learning for us, isn't it?
Correct. The only thing which I didn't complete here is advertising and promotions. That is what I didn't do. I couldn't do it.
But it's doing well without, all
Yeah.
this promotion and all, isn't it?
Yes. Lot of producers come from village backgrounds. They sell their land and property and they come here. So every guy who makes a movie tries to make it for the big stars.
Right.
We have to be in the ground reality. Whatever movie we are making is not for the big stars because they have an audio function, they have a pre-release, they have a poster release,
Right.
they have a song release. God only knows, too many releases and
Right,
spending a
right.
lot of money. And all these people who come for the releases don't actually go and watch your movie. So the point is, don't spend your money on this. Spend your money on digital marketing.
Understand.
That's where the money is. Like prime time, you have to understand how it works. Sharing basis, market, they share the revenue. So half of the revenue goes to prime or OTT platforms, half of the revenue comes to you. So how would you advertise? So, go with the help of digital marketing. It reaches greater audience and you'll make money out of it. So the statistics for prime video abroad is like you spend 6 lakh rupees and your revenue is 22 lakhs. The same 5 or 6 lakhs which you would spend for posters and some other expenses, audio launches, which is not refundable. You
Right.
can't redeem those expenses.
Exactly. And you don't know where is it going exactly, whether it's targeting the audience or not, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So the point is, all you do is go on the stage, hold a mic and speak. And are these audience connected to you who are seeing the TV? We don't know. So might as well connect only to those people who want to see, because Ram Gopal Verma ji, he just told that, the audience are somewhere else, you're somewhere here. So don't define your audience. The audience might be somewhere in South America. We don't know. So make the movie from the heart and it connects to somebody.
If we talk about the characters of the movie, which character is your favorite? The most favorite, I would say.
My favorite character would be Mahesh's character, the guy who, the lead role of the devil, you know, he has done it. When he was acting, I actually thought that he was possessed. So I couldn't move my eyes off him. So the way he tried to burn himself and the way he tries to move his eyes, it's very scary. And people are possessed when they were doing these shots.
Is it?
Yeah, so kind of some divine and some energy passes through you when you do these things. So it's not your normal self. So I think that character is very difficult to play, and he played it quite well.
So do you believe in all these things like superstitions, we can say black magic? I think that's the theme of the movie, isn't it?
Yes.
So do you really believe in it personally?
See, it's all about relativity and experience. My experience is different to your experience. Everything is relative. I can't say that my pain is more than your pain. So it's impossible to say that. My experience when we were shooting, we had a lot of paranormal experiences when we were shooting this movie. And we had a Baba come from a dargah, and he was praying for us the entire shooting. So every time something goes wrong in the evenings or with the children getting sick, so he used to pray the dua, and things will fall in place. So that is something which I've seen with my own eyes.
Right.
So believe it or not, I said yes, I believe it, but to an extent. There's always a line.
You mean to say that if you experience it, then you can believe it?
It's relative. That's what I said. Negative energy that's trying to hit you, the strength of it defines whether you should believe it or not.
Right.
Because we were about to go and start something. You'll not believe, we were starting the shoot and the rain would stop. Once we would pack up, again it would rain. So every day we had the same experience. So you can take it as a probability of once, twice, thrice, but the entire shooting happened this way. So everything was filled with miracles. So if you say that you believe it or not, I would say definitely I believe it, yes.
Most of us Indians, we believe in this rebirth, isn't it?
Right.
So at times when we go to some place, when we see something, we feel that we have already seen it, we have been to this place,
Deja
we
vu.
already, yeah, exactly. In this movie, did you feel at any point of time like that this is something related to your previous birth?
No, actually deja vu happened to me when I was in France. I was in France for a couple of years. So whenever I see the Egyptian pyramids, that's when I have this deja vu, and I feel that I was there. And I also feel that in Hyderabad, 400 years back I was there. So these are the experiences I feel, because sometimes when I listen to Azan also, I feel that yes, I know this before. So maybe it's one of my birth I was there. It's your feeling, it's your, according to Hinduism and Buddhism, you live and you die, it's a normal thing, it's just a process. You leave your physical body, you enter your astral body.
Correct.
You leave your astral body and you enter your physical body, that is birth. When you leave your physical body, then that is death. So it's just a different way of looking at things.
Right, understand.
So definitely Egyptian pyramids and Middle East, my heart is there, and deja vu, I knew that I was there some time back.
I see.
So I went to an astrologer, kind of a tarot reader, and they told me that maybe I was a high priestess like 2000 years back. So it's not like I believe it or not, but something happens to me when I see them.
So are you into meditation?
Yes, very much.
Wonderful.
I am a meditation teacher. I teach meditation.
Lovely. That's wonderful. In our channel, we promote meditation, actually enlighten ourselves and get a better picture of the universe.
Right.
So that's why I asked this question.
Yes.
So it's really great to know that you are a part of this. You are also a master. That's wonderful. Really amazing.
My master, she is a German lady. I've started my yoga course in France.
Lovely.
So I learned my meditation courses in Black Forest, Germany. And I was teaching meditation in Africa, and mostly elite crowd who are not Indians. Definitely some of them are elite Catholic community, I should say,
Right.
elite Muslim community. So it changed them a lot. It changed me as a person.
Right.
But doing the teacher training course itself is a transformation.
Understand.
So we transform ourselves and we see the result. Only then you can transform others.
Absolutely. That's
So
right.
I've given a lot of courses, and my guru has asked me to do. A part of it is done.
After this movie was complete, you finished watching the movie. I'm sure you might have watched it after the movie was completed, right?
My movie?
Yeah.
300 times.
Wonderful.
I
So
can tell you the music and the dialogues.
that's really amazing. I mean, the first time I'm going to talk about, how did you feel after watching this movie for the first time?
Satisfied.
Wonderful.
I don't like seeing my own face on the screen. I feel it's horrible.
No,
when
it's
you
not
see
like that. You look
yourself.
pretty, of course.
Thank you. But it's embarrassing to see your own self acting. I am not usually a photogenic person, but somehow I was involved in the character. First 2 minutes, you will feel that maybe this lady is uncomfortable, she doesn't know how to act, and that is true. Even my mother said that, like she saw the bit of it and she said, oh my God, this is, what's your face expressions look like, But then when she's watched the movie, she was asking me so many questions. She was involved in the movie, So people only ask questions when they're into it. So I was actually happy. So if my mother certified it, that means yes, I'm successful.
And next question will be simple. Would you recommend this movie to a friend? And if yes, why? If no, why not?
I would recommend this anyone who doesn't know me personally. Because if you know me, you will see me as me. You will not see me in the character. So definitely I would not recommend this to my friends or relatives or anyone whom I know. But definitely I would recommend this to children, and then also some people who like to see the dark arts. There are a lot of horror fans, you see on the YouTube so many horror fans. So they would love my movie. Because this movie is made for even 13-year-old, because I didn't show any evening scenes or night scenes, everything I try to show it in the broad daylight.
Very.
And so, nobody gets scared. So like that you understand the story. This is not to scare you. Understand, it's just
an understanding.
A story with some magical effects for kids. So they believe in something or they don't believe in something. And I try to show the face of the devil, Because usually Telugu movies or Hindi movies, they have a white ghost with a white sari, it's very random ghost. So I try to change the idea of it.
Lovely, that's interesting, yes. Which part of the movie do you feel was interesting, the most interesting part?
The most interesting is when she reveals the truth. When the grandmother reveals the truth, she is not your aunt, but she was your mother who died. I think that was a shock to everyone. I wanted it to be a shock, it should be a surprise. Everything in the movie has to twist.
Right.
That part should captivate the audience and ask questions. What happened when the husband dies? Why doesn't the wife know? Because he dies in the cemetery. And usually people don't go there. So that's why she doesn't go there. And 2 months, she lives with her dead husband and the dead son in the same house. Once the Baba starts to remove the 41 stitches, and after 2 months, he removes the spell on her. That is when the dead husband leaves the house, and the son also. So that's when she will come out of the spell, and she will have a normal life. So this is what happened. These are true events that were documented.
Did any character make you angry while shooting the movie?
The art department did a good job, but I still wanted it to be better. But I can't complain. They were good. I think whom was I angry on? I was taking out my anger on my director sometimes.
Right.
Very frustrated, but poor thing, he worked hard a lot. So poor thing. So he was taking the extra stress also. So my managers, the set production managers, things were not happening on time. So a lot of nonsense, but it's my first experience, so I can't complain.
So it was wonderul overall.
Yes,
I mean,
overall.
once the movie was complete, everybody was
Yes.
happy. Isn't it?
The characters, everyone did well. Everyone
Lovely.
were dedicated. They came at 7:30 in the morning. The ladies were ready by 7:30. So they were dedicated. I can't complain. So the mistake happened. Maybe it was my mistake also.
So you're very understanding in that terms.
No, it's reality. Because something went wrong, that should be from the team. So the production manager or the director has to be in charge of it. And they were also young boys, and they did a very good job. So they took care of most of the things than me. So I don't think so. If anybody did wrong, it should be me.
That's great thinking, really. Think of team and think of yourself and
Yes.
taking the responsibility on your head.
Yeah.
So that's really great, amazing, great thoughts. And what will be your message to upcoming, particularly female producers or directors or who want to come into movies? What's your message for them?
Yes, you hear a lot of things for the women especially. I don't want them to be greedy. So the moment you're greedy, people might take advantage of you. It has to be realistic. The offer has to be realistic. So in my case, because I'm the producer, so it worked in a different way for me. If the girl is really talented, the whole world will know, if the person is actually giving her a chance or not. So I want them to live in reality and not in a fantasy.
Right.
When something is possible, it's possible. If you're a good director, you will know it. If you're a good dancer, you'll know it. If you're a good scriptwriter, you'll know it. But just don't write something and build castles in the air and think that I will become something. This world is very cruel.
Understand.
So do a course on production management. And then approach there are a lot of safety divisions that are set up by the film chamber. Approach them, and 100%. There's so many ladies working right now in the film industry. They're very promising, but if the dedication levels are not there, no one can help. They have to really work hard. Nothing comes easy.
Right.
And if people want it to be easier way, I think they'll fall in a pit.
Right.
So my message to the women is just pure hard work. Believe in their dreams, and don't go in a traditional way. But a lot of it, success comes with a lot of sacrifice. So they should know how to sacrifice.
Right steps at the right time.
Right
isn't it?
time, working 18 hours a day. They should not have any other avocation other than the movie.
Correct.
Focus should be on the complete marketing, complete program, complete direction, complete costume. Each and everything, they have to know about it. If they miss one thing, the producer is not happy, then you cut down the cost of the producer and try to tell your story. So maybe if you're making money for somebody, the person will definitely hire you.
Who has written it and whose story is it?
See, actually it's a real story. This happened in Turkey. So there was many news articles on Sinkale cemetery in Turkey. So what happened there was they buried the child and the mother separately. So every time they see that, both the graves would come together. And then they would dig again put them separately, again they would come back together. So this has created a havoc in the nearby villages, and it became a national investigation. So and especially in Turkey, there are a lot of black magic that happens. And most of the Middle East also, because when I was living in Africa, I have heard so many stories. For them, it's a normal thing. Considering some facts, I think nobody would lie about these kind of things. So the mother didn't want to be separated from the child, and they tried to investigate about what happened. So this story has come up. So this is based on true events. I took the same theme, but we don't know what actually happened. So some of this was my imagination to create the story, so audience will not get confused. So we created the background, and we created the characters, and we showed them, because whatever we hear, it is different, and whatever we show the audience is different. So whatever is the reality, I took the same thing, but to explain it to the audience, we created some story. So more or less, it's a true story.
Okay. And why did you choose this story? Why? I mean, what's the reason?
Somewhere it's a sixth sense, and somewhere it's because I thought that this is the lowest budget movie I could afford.
Okay.
Definitely the finance, because comedy or drama, you need a lot of characters.
Right.
It's difficult. It was very difficult to afford, especially during the COVID time, to produce a movie and requesting people to come. And even if one person doesn't come, so the entire thing is gone for a toss. So I thought this is the easiest way to complete the shooting. Horror is always easy.
Right. And if we see like past 1 year, I mean, things have changed drastically since this COVID-19 rather has come, and it has affected the cinema also.
Right.
Isn't it? Cinemas have been, I mean, when there was lockdown last year, it was complete lockdown, nothing was open, and still we see the second wave going on now.
Right.
So did you consider all these things while shooting the movie, and if you did, why did you still shoot a movie?
See, first lockdown was a disaster. So I run an NGO where we were giving a lot of food supplies to many poor people every day. So we did a lot of charity, orphanages, old age homes, school fees and everything. And also we have a training center. So at that time, when I was doing so much of charities, a lot of people from the film industry, there were some girls who came and they said that, they want to make a short film and they wanted some budget. So I just wanted to give it to them. And then the next day again, they said that, they might lose their job and they might have to go to their village. So I said that all of you, instead of going to the job, I'll just make a small movie. So you all work for me. In the next 2 months, I think you girls don't have to go to your village. You can just live here.
Right.
So that is how it started. But then the girls were like, ma'am, this is not a movie which we could make. This is a movie which a lot of experienced people have to make it. So they have called someone else. And that's when I learned that, these are the big directors also who were earning like 1 to 2 lakhs a month. They absolutely have no food, and they were getting food packets from Chiranjeevi donation, So that's when I realized that, okay, the situation is really bad. So I employed all these families for the next 2 months, and
That's a really,
provided
really
employment.
great job you have done. And
Thank you.
so you can say this movie is your concept, your baby, and it's also a charity in a way,
Yes.
since COVID-19 was there and
Yes.
lots of people were jobless.
Yes.
I really appreciate your thoughts. No, this is
Thank
really
you. That is-
amazing. Really amazing. This is
Thank you.
This is a, I mean, message for our public, message for our viewers.
I think that's why, when we're doing this movie, it was a complete COVID period and it was raining, and because of this paranormal experiences also, my director was telling, madam, we have to go to a Baba, and without the Baba, we will not start the your acting. Yeah. So everyone has done except me. So I was coming and it was complete lockdown. There was absolutely nobody on the street. So I went in the rain, and I was trying to hire someone, but there's nobody, it's complete lockdown. There's nobody on the street. So I went to the temple, Mankali temple, and I came out and I just realized that, I was going to the car and somebody just stopped me. And I just turned back and it was a fakir, with that peacock feathers and everything. And then he just put a Mecca in my hands. And he put his hand on my head and he said that, he was reading a blessing and he disappeared, So I think that is a magical experience, I would say. I think so much of blessings because I was helping the poor people.
That's really great, amazing. I'm really impressed. And I think, the weather is changing now. We can just try to go to some other place and discuss it
Definitely.
further. Yeah. What I heard is there's a lead character in this movie, the male character. I heard that after doing this movie or while doing this movie, he has been feeling not well. Is it
Yes.
right?
He became serious actually.
Is it?
And his mom also passed away just like a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
3 months back, which is very sad. But actually, this is an experience, I should say, this started in my childhood. There was a dargah and it's very powerful,
Mm-hmm.
and till today it's there. And the entire shooting which happened, that's all our farm. All the green grasses and those eucalyptus trees you see,
Right.
that's all my farm.
Mm-hmm.
And adjacent is a dargah, which is very powerful also. So there is a Oshapur dargah, there is a, Jahangir Pirla, there's so many dargahs and a lot of people believe in them. So what happened was, when I was sitting on it was my grandmother and grandfather's grave where we shot this.
Oh,
It was
I
a real
see.
grave.
Oh, I see.
So when we were shooting, I just prayed and I just thought that, it's just my grandfather's grave, so it's fine. So I went and just did the acting, and, people were doing all sorts of things. It was a grave, you're not supposed to do it, it's very wrong. So I advise people don't do that. I was in the character and I was just going on doing it, and later I also fell sick. And also Paramesh also came on the same day, and we called the Baba to read the dua. He read the dua and he left. But however, I don't know what was a mistake we have done. So he was also sitting on my grandfather's grave and he acted as if he died. And from that day, he met with accidents and he was not well, and and then his mom passed away. That is very sad. So we just realized that was a very big mistake which we have done, and we should not disturb the dead or even go to the burial ground.
Right.
And also, I told my cameraman and my directors, they were entering the cemetery, and I crossed the line and they said, don't enter the graveyards. But technically they entered, and so much of bad experiences we had to face because of that. So technically it's not our place, we should not go there, and we should always draw a line when we're shooting these kind of things.
What about that, the character of Baba? I heard that this character was replaced and the character was played by a real Baba. Is it true?
Very true. Actually, the character was first given to my friend who was kind of a rock star, and he wanted to play it. But then there were some incidences in his house and he didn't want to come. And because the entire story discussion happened in his house, we had a workshop in his house. But then last minute, because of things going very wrong, and a lot of my friends were trying to translate the movie from English to Telugu. So every meaning was like, it's saying that Sarvanash ho jayega, Vinash ho jayega, these kind of meanings were coming when we were translating it. So a lot of people who initially started with us dropped down. So they backed out, and then I had to replace, and then definitely Babaji, when even we told the script to Bade Baba, who lives in Shamirpet, that side.
Okay.
And then he said that, he blessed us, and my director went there and he said, don't worry, things will be all right. So he gave us a Baba who lives in Kukatpalli area.
Okay.
So Jahangir Baba, and he said that he'll take care of the entire project. So we just, when you're dealing with the other side, other dimensions, we have to be very careful and try not to pursue them or argue them or say your own things. You know, you just leave things to their own peace. Your belief is your belief. You know, don't rub it on others. So we should not disturb things that are from
things and
other
creatures,
dimensions.
of course, other dimensions,
Yes.
other energies. That's really,
Yes.
really interesting.
Thank you
really
so much.
interesting.
My message, I'm not promoting black magic, or I'm not encouraging it, but at the same time, I'm just telling that, you know, just mind your own business.
Oh, right.
You do,
You shouldn't disturb others, right?
Yeah, especially.
Be it animals, be it plants, or be it
Very
any other energies or any creatures,
Correct,
right? That's
correct.
a really great thought. You know, I mean, really impressed with your words.
Thank you.
What I want to know is, who is Saritha? I want you to explain yourself.
Saritha is a person who likes humanities. I feel we are all universal energy. We are all the same. So I don't like to be discriminated you as a North Indian, South Indian, Indian, African, you know, Moroccan. And
Right.
I don't like this. I like diversities, but humanity stands on top. Like we are seeing the COVID, and all the countries are praying for India. So you know, humanity is very strong, and my heart actually melts when I see people suffering. So Saritha is very deep, and she would like to serve people. That's the entire purpose of my life.
Wonderful. When we talk about this movie, Devil's Rose, right? In Telugu, it is going to be called as Eersha.
Right.
Right. And in other languages, it's Devil's Rose, which is very famous on Google right now.
Right.
So, how do you define this movie?
This movie is basically a low budget horror movie which will run the story very smoothly. People who like mystery and suspense, and they want to know what is going to happen next, and people who actually think a lot about this kind of paranormal experiences, I think it's a cake for them. They'll enjoy this movie, and
Right.
most of the people are watching this 3 or 4 times to try to understand, you know, what is it, because everything was so deep in that. I've given a lot of information about the jinns. We have given information about what was written in the Quran, and whatever information we have got it from some babas, so who actually believe in this. So some kind of research has been done, and we gave some information. So people are trying to think about it and trying to watch the movie to understand it better.
How has been the response from the audience right now? I mean, it's on digital platform already, on internet, everywhere, and it's running successfully, as far as I know. And I watched the movie randomly, and then I got a thought to talk to you.
Right.
How is the response of the audience, I would say?
So the response from different parts of the country is different. So basically, most of the states where there's a lot of Islamic religion, it's really doing well. So Uttar Pradesh is also doing very well. Uttar
Right.
Pradesh, Bangladesh, West Bengal, Assam, Kashmir, and some parts of Lakshadweep and Gujarat. And because of lockdown, also in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, it's really doing well. So even the south states like Tamil Nadu and Kerala also is average.
Great
So the
audience,
response is
right.
definitely, I would not say it's like wow, you know, it's not that. It's just like, you know, curiosity.
Right.
They want to know what happens next. So if you see it with an open intention like a child, you'll enjoy the movie.
It's your first project,
it's a
isn't
first
it? So I
project.
understand, yeah.
We just thought it would be a short film, like I told you. We wanted to do it like a short film for some normal YouTube creators.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but then it ended up to be a film, and now it's on Amazon Prime. So
Yeah, that's a great thing. It's in amazon.co.uk, isn't it?
yes, also
Great,
in
great.
.com.
.com also.
Yes,
Wow, wonderful. That's great. Well, ma'am, what's the central idea of this movie? What message is there? How will society take it? What lessons are there for the society, I would say?
See, when there is jealousy in your heart, you get angry. When you're angry, you take a drastic decision.
Right.
And that decision might not only kill an individual, it will kill an entire family. So that is the first message which I've in introduction part of the movie. So, you know, when you're jealous, how you should transform your feelings. Like your PMC channel always says, how to transform feelings.
Correct.
Through meditation you can achieve. So the point is, when Eersha, that means jealousy, Jalan, when someone is jealous, they try to destroy, and through black magic, when they destroy, they not only destroy one family or one person, they destroy the generations. So that is the message of the movie.
Right, right. So very great message indeed, isn't it?
It's a very deep message.
Very
yeah.
deep message and very sharp message for the society. That's great. Really, I mean, really impressed with your work, what you have done, efforts you have put, and then keeping in view the COVID situation, how people were unemployed. I mean, you have done a wonderful job, like not just doing the movie, but doing a charity in a way, giving jobs to people who were unemployed. So definitely it has provided great employment to the people who worked with the movie directly, indirectly. on the camera and off the camera, isn't it? That's a great thing, and your thoughts really amazing, very impressive, and it's a good message for the public, our viewers, and particularly the women folk. You've been very, strong while doing this movie, isn't it?
Right.
That's great, really impressed, and thank you so much for joining our channel and giving us your valuable time. I really appreciate it, and we'll definitely, keep in touch with you when you launch it in Telugu. When it's released, I'll definitely would love to have you on our show again.
Thank you, Idris. Wonderful spending time with you. All the best, and wish you great luck ahead, PMC. I think I want you to spread as big as a satellite channel.
Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.